In this video we will introduce Dynamo, a large multi-user situated display system for use in communal spaces. We begin by describing Dynamo's functionality and interaction mechanisms. We then discuss a study of Dynamo in a real-world setting and provide a summary of the study findings. Dynamo provides a large, publicly visible surface that allows users to post, share and exchange digital media in a sociable manner. Users can bring material to the surface from a variety of personal devices. This compatibility with existing technologies allows normal people to use the system in a wide range of real-world settings. When a registered user plugs in their device to a Dynamo surface, a personal palette appears to which they log in. Media can then be opened on the surface via drag and drop. Unregistered devices appear as public resources at the top of the display. Advanced registration with the system, although beneficial, is not required, so anyone can just walk up and start sharing. The Dynamo surface allows a wide range of media to be displayed and exchanged. These include web pages, PDFs, Microsoft Office documents, common image, video and audio formats, and streaming audio and video. Once displayed, the system provides simple control over each of these media formats, for example navigation through a PowerPoint slideshow. The communal nature of the Dynamo surface makes viewing, sorting and sharing into a sociable experience. Users can locate files on their personal devices using the media browser. Files are exchanged easily and rapidly between devices by dropping them onto each other's palettes. To allow users to control ownership of different areas of the surface, a feature called carving is provided. When a user carves off an area, others cannot interact with any media placed inside it. This is shown by a shield which appears around the cursor. The owner can then grant access to others by dragging the region's key icon onto their palettes. Members of the region are shown iconically in the top left corner. Membership can be revoked by dragging these icons out of the region. This provides a fast and intuitive way of dividing up real estate and managing access control. Dynamo allows media items to be packaged up into parcels. These can be left on the surface and opened at a later time. Parcels can be addressed to specific recipients. A parcel can be sealed on the surface so that it is not publicly visible and only accessible by the specified recipients. When a user opens a parcel, they can browse the media, interact with it, and take copies onto their personal devices. Dynamo also allows users to annotate media items on the surface by posting notes. These allow asynchronous discussions to take place at the surface. We chose to deploy Dynamo in the common room of a sixth form college. The students use the common room to study, hang out, listen to music and socialise, among other things. Owing to its central location, students' paths often cross here, which presents numerous opportunities for serendipitous interactions. For the deployment, we positioned two 42-inch plasma screens side by side against a free wall. We also provided 3 wireless keyboards and mice for multi-user input. The system was deployed for a total of 10 days. Here you can see a typical interaction where a student arrives with his pen drive, plugs in, logs in, and then interacts with the Dynamo surface, here creating a private space using a carve. Analysis of the system logs revealed some interesting findings. At the most general level, the system was used extensively and diversely during the study. As shown in this graph, the most popular media types were images and video. Students would use USB pen drives to bring in media from home and digital cameras to capture media during free periods. They would put this media onto Dynamo to show each other and chat about it, and would leave it up to disseminate it to the wider community. This formed a continually growing resource for conversation initiation and discussion. If we now look at a feature uptake graph, we can see the adoption of carves, parcels and notes. Carving, shown in blue, was used more frequently in the first week as users experimented with it. Initially, it was often used playfully to lock other users out of areas of the screen in ownership games. By the second week, carves were used in a more targeted manner, when users found a genuine need to control access to shared content. This is depicted here, where a user is posting up some photos and locking them in position using a private carves. Parcels, depicted in green, were used increasingly as the study progressed, reflecting the increasing amount of media arriving on Dynamo, and the community's desire to share, persist and manage the media on the surface, as depicted here. Usage and activities in the space around Dynamo were videoed from 3 angles throughout the study. One of the most apparent things that came out of the video analysis was the different styles of interaction that occurred. From personal conversations and simultaneous interactions such as co-browsing, sharing and exchange, to performances where one user would give a show to an audience, often using media they had prepared in advance, such as home-edited video. The openness of the space and the visibility of the displays allowed people in the periphery of the room to be aware of on-screen interactions. Users often exploited this by upsizing media windows to a large size, or by displaying a number of windows side by side to draw people into a social interaction. Many of the students warmed to the technology. Comments in the feedback questionnaire confirm this. For instance, it made the common room more interesting and a lot more crowded. It brought everyone together. Adding photos and sharing things meant you spoke to people you wouldn't usually. In the corresponding paper, we provide a deeper and more critical analysis of the study and draw conclusions regarding the design of interactive systems within communal spaces.